Well, hello everyone. I'm running a little bit late, I guess, but I doubt there will be a lot of conversation going on these topics because all of you should have been invited to the APL room. So the APL room is a space on Slack, which is something like a chat room. A little bit nicer graphics, but not much different to the, was it IRC and predecessors, where you basically go to meet online and chat with people with the ability of having private conversations or direct message. Okay, so Slack and the APL room. But in essence, we announced it a couple of weeks ago now. Tried to hit everyone. I'm not sure if we've missed people because of old emails, etc. But if you haven't been invited and you didn't know of it, then please contact me and I'll send you the links and invite you to join. It's essentially just a live chat space, so you can go there to talk to other APLers with direct messages if you wanted to talk to someone one-on-one, so just by clicking on someone's name. Well, not a lot to it, but basically a little bit lightweight if you don't want to write a full email and just want to contact someone directly. The alternative is to use channels, which are individual rooms where you can discuss specific subjects with people. So going to AppleTree, we see that we've got 8 members, 5 of them online at the moment, and any messages you put in here will be shared with all the members. Most of these channels are open to anyone to join, so if you're interested and you don't see a channel listed here, you can click on channels, search, or just scroll down and click on one of them and it will prompt you to join if you want to. And that's all there is to it. The latest addition was that we changed the name of the channels here, so announcements is where we would announce things like today's meeting. Anyone that is online, if you have an impromptu meeting and you just want to open it to the general public, APL community at least, if you post it here, people will be notified and be able to click, follow the links, etc. So how is this different to the dialogue forum? Well, it's a little bit easier to search. The search tool is better, but it's direct communication. So the dangers of that, of course, is that you might write half-baked questions. You might write as you think about an issue, whereas the forum you might need to prepare yourself more and formulate your questions better. So it's perhaps easier to chat in this channel, which is the whole point, being able to meet people online without too much formality. What I envisage is that this will just make it a little bit easier to bridge the gap, as we're all working from different continents, well, in some cases anyway, and the APL community is relatively small. This would be one way of making it easier to catch up and share code and discuss things, APL related or not. Any questions on that?
Gil, with the different channels, do you have to be invited to the channel, or can you just join it yourself?
You can join it. If a new channel is created, if you say wanted to create a new channel and I wasn't aware of it, I wouldn't necessarily see it because it doesn't indicate itself in the list unless you go and look for it. But when you create a new channel, you can invite people to join it it from the start, in which case they will automatically get it listed. Alternatively, you could, I guess, announce it to say, I've started a new channel to discuss this thing. All users get the announcements and the general channel by default. So anything you post there will be visible to new users as well. Whereas the other channels, you would have to go hunt for them if you haven't been set up at creation time. That's, of course, if it's not a private channel. There's a private channel here for the beta testers of Dialog 15. I'm not sure why it's been set up as private, presumably because Dialog might not want non-Dialog users to see it, but I'm not entirely sure.
How do I get them? So it's the usual convention of hash for a tag of the channel or whatever, and the @ symbol for person's name.
Yes.
Yeah. So you click it. Okay. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this isn't much different to, I think, what all of us must have used at some point, MSN or Yahoo Chat or the likes, Skype. The only difference is that I don't need to have all these contacts as private contacts. This is a separate thing where I can keep them separate to my private Skype or whatever other chat application I use, and it collects the APL community. So it's one place where you collect all your APL contacts, basically. Right.
Gil, is this what you use for the Wednesday afternoons, or is that something else?
Our Wednesday afternoon meetings will be announced here. We don't use Slack to hold the actual meetings, but instead we use the Appear-in site, alternatively the GoToMeeting webinars to actually meet. But it's a little bit more impromptu in the sense that, let me see if we can find a link. Last time we met. Right. So, yeah, this was last Wednesday. I just mentioned that it's time for our weekly meetup, and if you want to join, just click on this link. And if I do click on that link, it takes me to the site where I jump into a meeting immediately. So anyone clicking on that link will appear here, and it will be just like what we're using now in GoToMeeting, with the difference that there's an upper limit of 8 simultaneous users. So it's a very lightweight meeting channel, and we use it as long as we think it will be enough, and it works well. I mean, I don't think we've had any problems with it so far.
Gil, I've just did a search for the APL room, and it's come up with something quite different. A boardroom, 14 people in Cambridge.
Right. We've used the name consistently throughout, so you'll find the aplroom.slack.com to go to Slack. There's the APL room on Appear-in, so Appear-in / the APL room. I should note that the Appear-in site doesn't care what URL you use, so this isn't registered by any means. The whole point is that as long as you agree on which URL to go to, you'll meet in the same room. Yeah. And also on GitHub, there should be the APL room. So github.com/the APL room.
Found it? Yep.
Okay. So if you haven't joined already, I suggest you do. And if you don't want to install it, works well from a browser. It's got desktop notification features, so you can start it in your browser and get notified when anyone says anything. Alternatively, you can install it as an app on your phone or as a desktop application. And of course, if you do join and you find that there's a lot of chat going on, I can assure you that's not the case today, but it might happen if people start using it more. There's a configuration setting for each individual channel. You can make it quiet so it doesn't report any new messages. Right, I think that's more than I planned to say about the APL Room, so unless you've got any questions.